How's it going everyone, it's Vivi and welcome to another Ratchet & Clank related video. Let's discuss tools of destruction. There's one slight head scratcher in there. From Tachyon's perspective, what I'm referencing is this scene after Ratchet & Clank defeat him. Let me play it.
You can't kill me, Lombax. Only I know your true purpose in this galaxy. Only I know your true name. The crag might return is inevitable. Your kind will never be safe. Do you hear me? Never!
You can't defeat me, Lombax. Okay, nothing special or too hard to grasp there. Tachyon being delusional, okay, we can easily understand that. What I'd like to put more focus on are the next two lines. Only I know your true purpose in this galaxy. Only I know your true name. First and foremost, let's debunk the possibility of Tachyon simply lying and trying to toy with Ratchet's mind. Debunk meaning putting a certain possibility to rest. So wait, Vivi, you're saying he's not lying? Nope, he's not. He's telling the truth. Ratchet does at least have a true Lombax name. What his true name given at birth? That we may never know. It really depends of the writer in the future. TJ Fixman, writer of the Future Saga up until the 2016 reimagining, did have plans for Ratchet's true name being revealed in a crack in time. According to Ratchet Galaxy, which is a fan website, fantastic website by the way, Fixman was asked questions by fans quite a while back. Here's a juicy one. Tachyon does claim he knows his name in Tools of Destruction. TJ, yep, that was when I planned on revealing it in a crack in time, but we realized Ratchet is part of his identity. But I did know about Alistair all throughout Tools of Destruction. That's why I named the court after him in Fast Tune. Keyword, planned. Tachyon felt like he had a reason to reveal to Ratchet that he has a biological name. Okay, but why, you might say? Why did he feel like it was necessary to point that out to Ratchet? To maybe shield the fear he had during that instant? Sure, Tachyon felt so sure that the Kragmites would rise again, but the remark he made about Ratchet's past, like if you kill me, you won't know your true identity, nor realize your true purpose, he could have said something entirely different. To me, Tachyon had fear within him. In this scene, I mean he was on the verge of possibly dying by the hands of a Lombax, something he wished would never ever happen to a Kragmite, let alone himself. He probably told himself, okay, low-key, what can I do to perhaps spare my life? Like, I'm scared, I'm Tachyon, Emperor Tachyon, I don't want to look all scared in front of a Lombax, so what can I do instead? Let me toy with Ratchet's emotions. He told himself, I don't want to undermine my hatred and ego towards the Lombaxes. Tachyon didn't care for the Lombaxes until at least he figured out that his ancestors were banished by the Lombaxes a long time ago. Why care about Ratchet's past here, or his true purpose? The way he's hated Lombax for years tells me he really doesn't care about Ratchet's true name or purpose. From our perspective, and Clank's perspective of course, Ratchet's purpose is being a hero to the galaxy. Clank reassures Ratchet that his purpose has already been fulfilled. So there you go, from a fan's perspective, and Clank, I mean, his purpose can be explained. But the question lies more on Tachyon's side of the equation. What did he know about Ratchet's true purpose in the galaxy? Two things I can think of. Number one, Tachyon simply, yet again, trying to bring Ratchet down. Perhaps by purpose, he means getting defeated by Kragmite. That's the purpose of a Lombax in this galaxy, to die by the hands of Kragmite. Tachyon succeeded at raising an army on Fastoon after he got Lombax technology from Azimuth. Technically, we don't know how long after Tachyon obtained the blueprints the war happened on Fastoon. We don't know. I take it took a while, but Tachyon sensed that the Lombaxes were destined to be at the Kragmites' mercy, destined to be the weaker kind, destined to meet their end. Look at it this way. There was a great battle eons ago. During that time, a bunch of Kragmites were sent to another dimension, using the Dimensionator by the Lombaxes. Second battle between a Kragmite and the Lombaxes would be Tachyon. Third encounter would be Ratchet and Tachyon. Perhaps Tachyon just thought this is their destiny. This is your true purpose because you're Lombax. You're destined to die. Or number two. Now before I get to the point number two, I just want to get a few things out of the way. It is explained by Tachyon that Kaidan sent Ratchet to Solana. We as fans believe that Kaidan did that to protect his son. Whether or not Tachyon knew about this from the get-go, we don't know. If he had known about this a long time ago, Ratchet as a kid being sent to Solana, then Ratchet would be dead at a young age. If Tachyon despised the Lombaxes so much, he would have done anything in his power to make sure Lombaxes were extinct for good, regardless of their age. A Lombax is a Lombax. If he knew about this prior, that tells me Tachyon actually feared Ratchet without admitting it. I feel like we saw a bit of fear in him in the previous scene from before. Surely Tachyon was aware of Ratchet being the hero of multiple galaxies prior. I mean, there's a bunch of radio news stations, right? Tachyon, as we saw in Tools of Destruction, wanted to raise an army, bring back the Kragmites before facing Ratchet. That's the only explanation I can come up with regarding the idea of Tachyon knowing about Ratchet's location a long time ago. As for another less likely scenario, Tachyon had no clue about Ratchet being in Solana until some time later. But even if he discovered Ratchet's location later, still, he could have known about Ratchet through the radio. The fact Tachyon remained behind the scenes until Tools of Destruction tells me he was waiting for the right time to rise again, when he felt ready, you know, when he had an army, as backup. Back to our early discussion. What was Ratchet's true purpose in Tachyon's eyes? Scenario 2, here we go. We believe Kaidan was chased around by Tachyon, and maybe got killed. I'm saying maybe because there is this theory of Kaidan still possibly being alive. I believe I did make a video in the past, somewhere. Now, out of fear, Kaidan spilled out Ratchet's biological name. Or, when Tachyon was still nice to the Lombaxes when he still had no idea about his past, maybe he found out Ratchet's true name. Or, what I just said, Kaidan spilled it out of fear. Like, don't you dare hurt, insert name here. It's possible that Kaidan, before his death, told Tachyon Ratchet's purpose as he grows up in the galaxy. But that is still a bit risky. I mean, you're telling a Kragmite what Ratchet might potentially do in the future. I mean, immediately Tachyon would want to kill Ratchet. But I just wanted to point that out still. By doing so, revealing Ratchet's purpose to Tachyon, he's gonna build up fear, and probably told him, "You'll never find my son." Kaidan was known as the Keeper of the Dimensionator. Was he planning for his son to take over eventually, or did he tell Tachyon a certain something we aren't aware of? Like I just said, Ratchet's purpose, my son will grow up and do this and that. Or even become the Keeper of the Dimensionator, it could be anything. An honor, perhaps, being passed on to his son. Technically, the Dimensionator was hidden on Recon 5, then relocated on Jacindu. Ratchet, as a boy, wouldn't even know that device's existence, until he'd discover it at an older age. Now here's the thing I'm wondering. How would Kaidan sense his son would play a large role in the future, you know, apart from parental instincts? My theory is the zoning. Kaidan must have come across a certain someone, perhaps Orvis. Ratchet playing a role, an important role in the future, is something Orvis told Kaidan, or is something Kaidan saw from Orvis. Whatever he saw, it'd be interesting to know what it is. Is it just being a hero to the galaxy? Is that Ratchet's purpose, which Kaidan believed and told Tachyon when he was about to die? If we leave the possibility of Kaidan still being alive, what do you think? Other than that, what purpose would Tachyon make Ratchet become curious about? If he hates Ratchet, why even hint at Ratchet having some sort of importance? Did Tachyon feel that kind of burden, perhaps, would take a toll on Ratchet? What do you think? Another thing, Fixman also brings up Azimuth in his reply. He knew about Alistair when he was writing for Tools of Destruction, like way before he wrote To Crack in Time. So I feel as if he had an excuse as to why Alistair never brought up Ratchet's true name. He met Ratchet. He knew Kaidan. Azimuth was probably aware that Kaidan had a son. How do we explain Azimuth not knowing Ratchet's true name, nor bringing it up if he ever knew? An easy answer to this would be Alistair never knew his name, due to him no longer being on good speaking terms with Kaidan after his betrayal, after giving out all the blueprints to Tachyon. When were they no longer on good speaking terms? That we don't know. But if he didn't know Ratchet's biological name, I feel Ratchet was born around the time Kaidan and Azimuth were no longer friends. So with that, Kaidan distanced himself from Azimuth, not allowing Azimuth to know Ratchet's true name. Well, it could also be that Alistair never asked for his true name, if Ratchet was born when they were still friends. But I mean, Kaidan and Azimuth were basically childhood friends. Why would Alistair refuse asking Kaidan about Ratchet's true name? So I'm not gonna lean towards that side of the story. The thing is, we don't really know when Ratchet was exactly born, nor the age he was when he was sent to Veldin. I mean, he could have been born close to Tachyon turning mad. That at least I'd like to believe. Like, imagine Tachyon behind the scenes planning his revenge on Fastoon, while pretending to still be friends with Kaidan, which could explain Tachyon knowing Ratchet's biological name. But if Tachyon was still not on the verge of attacking, that would mean Azimuth and Kaidan would still be on good terms. The thing is, we don't really know exactly how it turned out. For all we know, Kaidan and Azimuth probably stopped speaking after the blueprints were given out to Tachyon. Or at least that was the start of their relationship coming to an end. And then Ratchet was born and Alistair was just completely out of the equation. He was out of the loop. So basically, if Ratchet was born when Kaidan and Azimuth were still good friends, then how in the heck would Azimuth not be aware of Ratchet's true name, right? So with that being said, folks, in the comments section below, tell me what you think. From Tachyon's perspective, what do you feel he meant by Ratchet's true purpose? How would you explain Alistair not knowing Ratchet's true name? What do you feel Fixman was going to say? Explain in a crack in time. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, okay? And as always, I've been Vivi, and thank you so much for watching.